Welcome back. Welcome to Karma on Deck. I'm Karma. I got interrupted by a holly in a teapot. And we're working today on the 4 foundational keys of meditation, which are positioning for immaculate alignment, tongue twister, breath work, all begins and ends with breath, proprioception, and muscle memory. Or I like to call that one discipline. So we talked about breath work. It all begins and ends with breath. Now we're going to talk about positioning for immaculate alignment and what this does for us. You know me, I like to go to the science as well. There is a hole in the back of your head. So yes, you have a hole in your head. So the next time your mom says to me, "What, do you have a hole in your head?" You do. The foramen magnum is a hole in the back of our head in which the brainstem comes down, becomes our spinal cord, which then breaks out into the nerve ganglia for the rest of the body. Some of my favorites to talk about are the trigeminal nerves, some of which come out along your face. The most common one that we know about is that sweet spot that we see in boxing when they get hit right here and down they go. So there are nerves that come out throughout various places and portions of our body called the ganglia. Interestingly enough, there are nerve ganglia here. If you're reading the gene keys, they will talk about the amount of fibers and ganglia that's present in the solar plexus, and how personally I'm getting an increase in clients who are complaining of stomach issues, appetite problems, upset stomach, etc. And I just wonder if that isn't our rewiring of our nervous system for New Earth and how we're emoting. The future of medicine, the future is all about vibration, communication, and emotional intelligence. So to me, it's just no coincidence that we're having tummy issues come up. So back to immaculate and perfect alignment. So when you have perfect alignment, and this goes with your posture, this goes with keeping your spine in alignment and your head high, your shoulders back. This allows for deep, full expansion of the diaphragm. It keeps the spine in alignment for communication throughout the rest of the body system. We were talking about breath work and what chemical cascade that we get through disciplining the body to breath. Now I want to talk about this alignment. When you set your goals for meditation, think about positioning for comfort. The first thing that we want to make sure is that you're comfortable. Yes, there is value in disciplining yourself to certain positions. However, don't force yourself to do something that's uncomfortable. Some of us cannot sit in the yogi position. Before I took on my meditation practice, I was doing yoga because I had stiff joints in the shoulder, the elbow, my knee, and my hip, to the point where I thought I might need surgery. And I took it upon myself to see how much stretching I could do before I had to go get the knife. And I corrected all of it, actually. But the point being, there was a time where I could not have satin. I would not have put my ass down on the ground and sat in any of these positions without experiencing pain or suffering. So the last thing that I want for you is to suffer. So find a position that works for you. We don't want to fall asleep when we're meditating. However, the coach in me is like, well, what was your quality of sleep before you tried meditation? Are you sleeping now? And think about the structural alignment of your spine. So whether this is a chair, standing, laying, or sitting, kneeling. I've even seen some knees and head down positions where the spine is able to release pressure. The only point being immaculate alignment of that spine. If you need extra curvature and support, this structure is allowing perfect communication. Immaculate structure allows for better body communication by putting it into its natural alignment. One of the things I'd like to talk about is connection and disconnection. So you ever rolled your eyes at your mom? Right? You're disconnecting from what she's saying. I want you to consider the phone that we have in front of us. When we look down, we're disconnecting, huh? We're disconnecting from the people in front of us. So as we have perfect alignment and structure, we're having connection in our body, mind, body, soul. So pay attention to your head, your shoulders, and your structure of your spine. Pairing that with box breathing, nice, even breaths. Remember I talked about hold, pause, extend the breath, control and measure the breath. Those benefits are dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, those feel-good chemicals that come through this sitting and working with the breath. What's true is, even if some of these new thoughts, peace, calm, the breath, we're creating new pathways. So when you're sitting in perfect, immaculate structure, whatever that looks like for you, you're giving yourself the gift of open, clear channels. So that is part 2 of the 4 foundational keys of meditation. So remember the breath. It all begins with breath. Inhale, hold, measure the breath, exhale, pause, seek the pauses, immaculate alignment. You're 2 in now. So this is how we begin to bring the body back into the present moment, these 2 things. So let's say you had to collect yourself, collect your thoughts, bring yourself back to center. It looks like, right? Look at the grace that you're able to handle the next expression. I want to thank you for hanging out with me. There's 2 more coming. My 2 favorite subjects, proprioception and discipline. We'll move on to those next. I want to thank you for hanging out with me. My first class, Meditation for the Modern Mystic, week 1, is on my YouTube. It's about an hour long. I talk really fast. Get in. The train is leaving. You'll be okay. You're going to love it. I think it's some of my finest work. To sign up, visit karmaondeck.com to book a reading. Same place. You guys know where to find me. I'll be right back, and we're going to talk about the rest of those 4 principles: proprioception and discipline. Catch you on the flip. Adonai.